Good afternoon, everyone. For me, it's a pleasure to be part of this Congress and share the experience between Seoul National University and a smart radar system. Our labor was developed in the last winter internship in a smart radar system as part of the agreement between this company and the Seoul National University. The idea in this internship was to understand the technology behind the radar technology in two fields, the hardware field and the software field. So what I'm going to present today is the output from that internship. How was the implementation of those technologies affecting the concept design for new proposals to impact the new markets? In order to tackle this issue about how to implement the technology and the new ideas, I create this new matrix model for understanding the technologies. This new matrix is divided in three fields, which is the transportation field, healthcare, and logistics. In these three fields, it's susceptible and very feasible to implement the radar technology to solve a lot of concerns that it already exists in the market. For example, in the case of a technology field, we have a first row with the issues that exist in that market, like road narrow curves, bicycle threat, parking pedestrian detection, and autonomous traffic light systems. Those are constraints and limitations that already exist in the market but haven't been tackled by any technology. In the case of the road narrow curves, the solution is the same that was developed 100 years ago with the advent of the car industry, which is just transit signals by identifying the risk in the roads. The implementation of the radar technology is based in different approaches, the software approach and the hardware approach. From the radar system technology, we want to determine which kind of technology it fits better for every solution. So in the matrix concept, we show which is the algorithm that we are going to use in every technology, and which is the software and the range that we are working. For the first case, the range will be between 100 meters and 300 meters. And the software is an algorithm based in proximity detection. Also in this matrix, we have a different kind of codification. We codification every solution related with every concern in the industry as an innovation, concept design, or new development. Depending on the kind of the intellectual property, it will be involved some process that will make more feasible or less feasible to develop in the short run or the long run. Related with this, we create an index, which is the feasibility level that comes from 1 to 10, being 1 the less feasible level for implementing this technology, and 10 the most feasible in terms of time or development and investment. So I'm going to present the theoretical approach of this matrix. Yes. So here is classified the 30 technologies that we developed for a smart radar system in the winter internship, and the SRS solution that is possible to implement. And the first matrix is the matrix based in the technology that we are going to implement. Here is divided by sector, by the radar technology and the algorithm technology. Also, this matrix is mixed and combined with the intellectual property matrix. So in this part, we identify if it's an invention, an innovation. If it requires a kind of development is kind to develop some hardware that is different from the radar hardware, like light sensors, screens, and so on. Also, here is the algorithm, and this is very important because in some cases this technology requires an additional patent to protect the invention, the innovation, or the concept design. For evaluate these metrics, we create this formula, this algorithm that calculates every indicator from some ranges. So we have three ranges here that are composing this formula, this algorithm. Here is how every ratio is evaluated. We evaluated the first pack of ratios from 0 to 11. The second pack is from 10 to 0, being the most positive 10. This is opposite to the first one. And the last pack of ratios is related with policies. We have an evaluation from 0 to 3, being 3 the most positive and 0 the most negative. And here are the outputs. The outputs intend to provide enough information for the company in order to know which technology is more feasible to develop first in the short run. So according to this, we have a feasibility indicator here, and one of the most feasible technologies is a privacy elevator sensing, also the bathroom slips detection, parking pedestrian detection. Based in the indicators that we elaborate, that is related with the intellectual property and the technology involved, and also the part of the policies. We calculate every indicator and we implement the formula with these indicators for getting this rank. Next, I'm going to show you a graphical representation of those results. So the green bars here show the most feasible technologies for implementing the radar technology, radar sensing technology. As I mentioned, broad neural curves is one of the feasible new markets: parking pedestrian detection, patient violations control, patient visitors control, sorry, bathroom slips detection, and privacy elevator detection. This doesn't mean that the other technologies are not feasible. It means that the other technologies requires more investment, more infrastructure, more time in research, because involve intellectual properties, involve patents to register. So just the patent registration process could involve 1 or 2 years. In the other cases, the patents is already developed and belongs to the company. So this is some time that it will be saved in those processes. Here are the fields representation of the most important technologies according to the market. So the biggest part is focused in the transportation, in the logistics field. The second one is transportation, and the last one is in the healthcare field. Implementation of the specific technology from SRS is, in the most of the case, RM product, followed by IRIS-B, and the last one, the retina sensing model. We arise with some proposals for the company, which are related in a hardware benchmarking in order to detect the best processors for improving the accuracy of the signal. Competitors benchmarking in order to understand how they are developing their technologies and which are the fields that they are providing the biggest efforts. Also, 4G technologies seems to be a threat for the radar sensing technology because they are evolving very fast, and also the detection based in image recognition is giving very good results, which could be a threat or a competence for their radar market technology. We propose for every of those concerns to develop some survey, very focused, and also for every technology that we are proposing, develop a survey which will be faced in experts panel and also customers with a normal or average knowledge about technology or radar technology. Also, we propose a creation of new products lab for the company in order to boost the production of new concept design that can end up in new intellectual property for the company, which will be also converted in a new asset for the company. Also, a proposal is a SNU trials lab in agreement with the smart radar system, which will allow to the students to cooperate with the industry in creating new concept designs and new concept and new research related with the radar technology and the market. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.